How would I know my dream car if I don't know about cars? How would I know which politician is doing the right thing, which politician is doing the wrong thing if I don't know about politics? These are things that I want to know. These are things that when people are having conversation about, I want to be in the conversation.
Hey, it's the Nigerian girl.
Hey guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel. It's been a while I did this. If you're a new subscriber, welcome. It's been a while I sat down to chat with you guys, but today the thought in my mind is very serious. So I said, let me come and have a discussion with people of like mind. The other day in my office, they were having a conversation. The date that day was 9th of September. No, the date that day was 11th of September. And then one of my boss had said, oh, 9/11. Today is 9/11. And I'm like, wondering, what do you mean by 9/11? Like, so they were shocked that I don't know what 9/11 is. And I was shocked that I did not know what 9/11 was. The first question they had asked me was, oh, do I know Osama bin Laden? And I was like, oh, I know Osama bin Laden. He's a terrorist and he was arrested in 1 year like that. And they were like, yes, he is the origin of 9/11. But I didn't know what to say about it. I didn't know what to do about it. I had to end up going to search Google and ChatGPT to like get the whole gist about 9/11. Apparently, that's where 911 came from, like the emergency number in the US. And I found it really crazy because it seemed as if I was the only one in my office that did not know what that was. And I won't say it was embarrassing. I just think it just buttressed the point that I have always had in my mind. I want to know everything. I'm desperate. I am desperate because I like having conversations with people. If you know me, if we have conversations, you know that I'm not somebody of small talks. Like I don't do small talks. Like just say a few things here and there and then leave it. I like to have a full blown conversation. I believe that I took that from my mom. So now I love to have conversations with people, and I like when I'm having conversations with people and we're having intellectual conversations. For example, I was having this discussion with my friend at the office the other day, and I was just talking about how that I love to know a bit about everything. I love to know a bit about health. I love to know a bit about science. I love to know a bit about politics. I love to know a bit about sports. Just bit here and there, here and there, here and there, just so that you can have a sensible level of conversation with people. It's not when we're having a conversation and then the first thing that they say is a word you don't know or it's a phrase that you're not familiar with. It's very easy for that kind of thing to kill a conversation, and that's not what I'm trying to do for myself. So that is the purpose of this video. The current issue I have with this is that I have a very low attention span, and they say that the attention span of a Gen Z is about 8 seconds. And I'm trying to be that negation because if I want to know a little bit about everything, I need to be willing to listen to what people have to say, to read what people have to say, and all of that. But now the problem is, if I say, okay, let me watch TikToks that are talking about this thing, and I'm watching TikToks, once I see that they're talking about history and the beginning is not interesting, it's not catching my attention, I will go. Like, you will not see me there again. For now, I need to fix that because if I'm saying that I need to know about everything, if I'm saying that I need to have proper conversations with people without sounding dumb, I need to stick to these videos or at the very least find out ways that work for me. I remember reading There Was a Country by Chinua Achebe, and I really liked that book. It took me a long time to finish reading because it's a big book, and at the same time there were parts of it that were like really boring. They were just straight up history without any juice or anything. I just wanted to know what the whole history about Biafra is, and I remember that after reading that book, I was just so eager to read from a Westerner standpoint, basically somebody that was in Lagos at that time, because a lot of the backlash was in the east. So like I want to know people that were away from the war, so to speak, what was their point of view. But I was also having a conversation with someone else, and then he had told me that I should also try to read from the Nottingham perspective, and there was an explanation he gave, but I cannot remember right now. But you see, those are the kind of things that I like. I think I like history, but if the history is very boring, I'm not really there, but I want to know. I want to know. For some people, they might be okay with the fact that they don't know a lot about everything, or at least they don't know the basics about everything. But the reason why I want it for myself is because I want to be well grounded. I'm just saying that I want to have a different conversation, a decent conversation. So, being well grounded means that when it comes to tech, I have something to say about it. Oh, at least I know the founder of Piggyverse. I know how she navigated through that space. Oh, I know the founder of the Harry Wise. I know how they've navigated through that place, and all of that. Yeah, I don't want to feel left out. I don't feel left out when people are having conversations. Do you know that feeling where everybody is talking about something, or you're at a party and then people are talking about something, or people are having a conversation about something, and then you're just there like, I don't want that to be me. I don't want that to be me at all. I want to be able to chip in those conversations. And now I also found out that another way to help me learn more things is by traveling. And this just aligns with my vision. Traveling helps you know more. Traveling opens your mind to a lot of things. I remember I went on a trip, and I know that before that trip, I was never a car girl. Mm-mm-mm. If you ask me what car was this, I did not know. If you ask me what car was that, I don't know. Like even the brand name, I did not know. And then I remember having a conversation with someone just before the trip, and I was like, I'm not a car person. It's a car. And I went on this trip, and then I found like I kept seeing like luxurious cars, and it was a thing of I'm seeing these cars, they look cute, they look nice. I want to know more about these cars. So I started asking my brother, oh, what car is this? Oh, what car is that? Oh, what car is this? So now, as much as I've left the place I was at that time, it's now like when I'm on the road now, I see a car from the back, I can tell, oh my god, that's Doja Cat. So my brother and I call Hellcat Doja Cat because Doge and then Hellcat. So it's like Doja Cat. Basically, that's the whole gist. So I can tell that, oh, that's the Doja Cat. Oh, that is a Tesla. Oh, that is a Ford Raptor. That is just knowing that is just so cute to me. It is so cute to me because then I am able to align my vision in that direction. For example, how would I know my dream car if I don't know about cars? How would I know which politician is doing the right thing, which politician is doing the wrong thing if I don't know about politics? How would I know stuff about space, the basic stuff about space, or who was the first person to go to the moon, blah, 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 blah. How would I know about NASA if I don't know about science? These are things that I want to know. These are things that when people are having conversation about, I want to be in the conversation. I don't want to be out of the conversation. Maybe I like drama, maybe that's what I want to know, but even though I want to know, I've decided that there are a number of things that I'm going to do, and I want you guys to let me know if there are other things you do that works for you. Please let me know in the comment section. In recent times, a lot of creators have special niche. Some people talk about history, some people talk about science, some people talk about health, politics, all of that. And because they know that the current generation we are in has a very low attention span, they try to make content in alignment to that. For instance, they have a hook that grabs your attention and now you want to listen to that thing. I'm trying to stick with stuff like that. I'm trying to stick with podcasts, audiobooks that talk about these things, but not in a boring way, that educates you, but not in a boring way. I remember seeing on TikTok, there was this thing they were doing, finance for the baddies, something like that. I don't know if that was exactly what it was, but it was basically a lady explaining financial terms in baddie language. How would it make sense to a girl? Let's say the girl doesn't know about money. Let's say the girl doesn't know about investment. And then how can they break it down in the simplest way and the simplest form so that you can understand?
Here's some finance terms that you hear everywhere, but no one actually explains. Number one is underwriting, and that's the process a lender or insurer uses to assess risk before giving money. Underwriting is like stalking his LinkedIn, his Instagram, even Zillow before agreeing to go on a date with him.
And I found it exciting. So now I'm looking for creators that do stuff like that create content like that will tell me about Nigeria in a video, make it exciting with all the editing that I don't know how to do. That's what I'm looking for. So podcasts, audiobooks, YouTube videos, TikToks, even though I might get distracted. Another thing I want to do is read books. I currently read books, but when I'm in my reading era, it's easier for me to read books about history and science and all of that. But when I'm not in my reading era, it's easier for me to read novels that are like fiction, basically. So what I'm doing is if I'm going to create a schedule for reading, it will be like, okay, fiction, 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 storybooks, basically, fiction, 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 history, fiction, 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 history. Because it does get boring. But then if I don't know the boring things, I will not help myself. So that's also something that I'm trying to do. Netflix documentaries. Netflix documentaries. I heard that there are a number of movies about 9/11. So I already have that lined up that I'm going to watch on Netflix Prime or wherever it is. I am interested in those kind of things because I know that when it comes to storytelling, they will do it better. If you're going to explain it to me, you're going to explain it better in a movie. And I love watching movies, so I'm going to stick to Netflix documentaries as well. I need to have conversations with people that know more about a lot of things, people that do research, people that write, because I realize that people that write, they tend to do a lot of research, so they know a lot about everything. So having conversations with those people, and then one of the easiest way that will help me is if I am working on something, or if I watch the movie, or if I read the book, if I listen to a podcast about history or any of those things that I want to learn, I would have a conversation with someone about it. Or better still, if I don't have somebody to have a conversation about it with, which is not possible, I will record a voice note of me talking about it. Because I realize that when I learn something new, I want to have conversations with people about it. I want to let you know what was happening in it. When I read There Was a Country, I remember any small thing out to my friends. Oh my god, when I read this book, this happened, that happened, and it just made those things stick to my head. So I need to have conversations with people about what I learned so that I don't forget it. Anywho, I know that there is a part where I might easily beat myself up because I feel like I don't know a lot about some things. And to be honest, I realized that that's only because I set a certain power for myself, because I also realized that I have friends that come to me to speak to me about certain things because they feel that I know I have more information about those things than they do. So I will not beat myself. Instead, I'm just going to appreciate the fact that I have identified an issue or a problem, and that's the first step to solving it. I'm going to learn more about all the things I want to learn. So when I'm having conversation with people, I'll be eating them up. Oh, goodness. That's basically what I came to rant to you guys about. Alright, I hope you enjoyed this video. Let me know in the comment section, how do you learn things? What is the easiest way to learn more things about life without boring out yourself or without feeling like it's a chore? Yeah, and stay tuned to my channel. It was nice doing this. Bye.